Hello and welcome back to Songs of Six. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've been actually able to get up a regular uploading schedule, and I apologize for that. I know people in the past probably get tired of watching a series only for it to not get continued, so I appreciate you who have followed me so far, and welcome back to those who are just joining me again. I know some people jump into the series later on just to see what's going on. Welcome to all to Gardavania. Here we are in our capital room. It's still not complete. I did record a whole episode going over basically how I deal with a raid. We got raided. Our army wasn't sufficient. Really, it didn't make sense, mostly to do with the fact that my money is so high and our population is a little high too. But I trained up our troops. We have some really decent groups of guys here. We have 4 regiments of 100 humans with relatively good equipment. If you see, they should have a couple shields each. I don't know what happened actually. They lost their shields. Yeah, there we go. They should have 4 shields apiece. Now, if I look at them individually, did they not have that? No, they have 8. Sir, that's not how that works. Excuse me. Let's drop that down to that, and let's see. There we go. So, something happened there where they didn't have the right amount of shields. Regardless, we have these guys all fairly well equipped. We're trying to get our troops up to a decent point here, and actually I'm going to train my humans up a little bit more. And we got our 300 Dundarian boys. Give them 4 armor. We've got 200 Tilapi archers. Very good Tilapi archers here. We've got 200 Cretonian mid units. They're basically in between archers. They use archery. They also use stabby stabs. And we have our Mevians who have a similar setup. Actually, nope. They're supposed to have this and this here. Oh, sorry. I'm using the I'm looking at the Garthamese. These are the wrong gentlemen. Our Garthamese are supposed to have flanks and metal armor. They're going to have a little bit more metal armor too. And this is what I was working on in the last part before. What happened was basically my mic got disconnected because my computer was hard reset due to a power outage, which I didn't know happened and stinks. It's one of the weird things that happens to OBS or my computer in general. It resets it. But yeah, these guys, they should be good. And you can see this is your listing of armor and weapons that you need. So I'm sure couple thousand on the plate armor and a couple thousand on the short swords, but that's fine. We've got enough on the flanks. We've got plenty of bows, plenty of shields, and a lot of hammers. So ideally, what we're going to do is expand our military zone. We have a bunch of Amevians. You can see these are 65 Amevian slaves now. Actually, I'm going to go sell these guys to our neighbor for free, actually. We're just going to give him all of them because we do not want these guys to be slaves. We don't need them. But we do want to get rid of them without killing them all. I don't know why I did it that way. Maybe just to boost my friendly neighbors' happiness towards me. They all really, really like me, or for the most part seem to like me. Some of them are actually colleagues. Others, their opinion seems to be wavering. I think it's because I am growing in size, and I'm not paying too much attention to that military aspect of things because I was so focused on expanding the Tilapis in the Cretonian zone. So before, they had this nice, like, setup kind of themed for them, and I did away with that, and that might be against the initial goal of the city, but I thought of it this way. They really don't need their houses to be set up in that fashion. They do get the benefit of their rounded houses here like this, and if I can, I will make their buildings rounded like this, but I'm not going to go out of my way to build smaller round buildings because I need the larger ones in order to get the benefit of these specific races. Specifically, like a ration maker here. We built a large ration maker here for all the Cretonians, and we have a shortage of labor because there's currently 566 guys plus the 156 training on all different jobs, or military-related jobs. So they're not going to be done for a little bit, but that's fine, because once they're done training, our army will be amazing. When I fought the rebels, they sent 300 or 400 guys after me, and I literally had 1,200. So we just mopped the floor with them. I wish I could show you guys the video. I could probably, but it's pointless without my commentary. So we went in here, and there's the Cretonians on the left side and the Tilapis on the left side, or the right side, sorry. And they have their access to food stalls here, so they all share this food stall. And then we have a stage for the Tilapi specifically, and then a stage for the Cretonians specifically, as well as the market, which they share. They have their wells here, and they have pretty decent services. You can see that's full green, but the closer they get to this end, they're a little less green. So if I put one on this corner here, we'd probably start to see it run out, but that's just par for the course with services. I wish that there was a setting that, like, if, for example, this service is lower, they go to the next one, specifically to keep the services up. I don't know if they'd necessarily do that, but it seems like sometimes they choose this one because they're simply walking along this route more often, and that causes that specific service to get bogged down. Because, like, this one, oh no, it's getting used up, but like this one in the middle is not being used, and then the one on the end here is not being used. So 6, there's 2 that are not being fully utilized, and therefore makes the overall service drop. Can't really be alleviated other than just kind of building them in the right space with the right amount of them. We put a nice bathhouse over here, as well as a janitor and a warehouse in between. These are all interconnected so that the janitor has access to the resources he needs, and the warehouse has access to the coal that he needs, so that we always have this heated and all the people are happy. My next goal is to really kind of start working on this area and maneuvering all of these buildings out of here. And yeah, we caught him. It was a Dundarian serial killer. I didn't read it because usually you just click yes and hope for the best there. But yes, I need to remove all of this and start expanding. I need to actually get dedicated procreation zones. I don't know if procreation is broken. I did mention in the last episode and the episode before that it fixed itself, but then it's not. Like, I have 53. I jumped up 50 population. We still have 4 babies. That's just 3 less than the 7 I had when I was at 300 or 250. So ideally, I have no clue what's going on when it comes to the procreation. If anybody does understand that, please let me know. I have to probably talk to Jake and see if it's actually busted or not. And it's just, could be me. Regardless, here we are in our throne room, our capital, and I've been working diligently on upgrading and getting everything situated in here, we're actually going to set all these to humans. These are human houses because this is human territory right here. We've got chambers set for each of our nobles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need one more additional chamber for the 6th. Nope. What the heck? Oh, it's because there's no workers here. For the 6th noble, we have a janitor here, set with a warehouse across from it with all of its resources, as well as the bathhouse, which has the same kind of situation. So there's coal in here, and then there's a restaurant coming along. We're actually out of iron. Jesus, I haven't seen that happen in a while. It's probably because my some prisoners escaping. Can we do something with them? I'd like to see them all be gone. Okay, so that's those guys. Kill all of it. Kill all of them. Yes, please. I'm losing track of what's going on because they keep freaking out over there. We're out of iron. That's what I need to do. So we ran out of iron because we have simply just too much mechanics making stuff over here with not enough smelting iron. So we'll set that up to be a little bit more. Ideally, my goal is to also turn this entire mountain into Iron Mountain. That's going to be like Iron Production Mountain. That's my goal for it. But yeah, I've been just working hard on getting the decoration going and kind of dealing with the influx of resources that are coming from our regions. So, because there's too much that's coming in. You can see our capital is getting flooded. I don't want that to happen, but with just the base level, we have like one herb farm. I think I have two herb farms, sorry. So I have to take this herb farm away because I'm overflowing on herbs. And it's gonna cause some problems. So ideally I'll switch over to something like that and start to collect taxes, but even then that's still a scary proposition because we have too much money. So I'm either gonna have to start purchasing regions from people and hoping that I can protect myself with my own military. But the rebels can get pretty tough, so there's still a lot of game left to play, and I'm having a great time. I do appreciate all those who have been following along. There's not as much in this episode to go over other than this part here too, which is the Garthimi zone. I really didn't do too much other than clean it up. I couldn't stand the training grounds just kind of sitting there willy-nilly. So I went in and I fixed it up, gave them a nice little, like, I don't know what you call this, caterpillar-shaped domicile area so that they can live and breed and love next to each other. And then we have this Sithalon mine warehouse. So basically attached to the Sithalon mine, they have a warehouse specifically for just Sithalon, so that this, I want it to be filled. I want to see all of those crates green. And then we can start to think about maybe selling excess. I do need some regions that export it to me though, because then we can have it looking like this. Yeah, beautiful. I went and put a couple different services in here too that I needed, like wells, hearths. We've got guard posts and some speakers. Just the basic stuff, as well as some law-related things like this dungeon, scaffold. Are really hard to see stockade here, and then a slaver, so that we could deal with the influx. These guys are pretty much like the input area for all of the slaves that I need to get and process and then sell, because that's pretty much all I do is I process them and I sell them. I don't keep them in my labor pool, or I try not to at least, because they do provide a deficit. Like, they like to see other slaves, but like for example if it's a Cretonian, if they'll see it as like a negative towards them. I don't know what species I have right now. Humans. I guess they don't even care. Slaves. Dislike. No, it's going down. But it's negligible because it's based off the populace. So if there's 800 people and there's 2 of them who are slaves, they're not going to freak out. But if it was like 10 people and 2 of them, they would have a really hard time. So just keep in mind the amount of slaves you have is based off the amount of that specific population. Or at least that's my understanding of it. We also went and placed this wall. This is the outer wall that I've been starting to build, and I actually should probably do something to help them out here. Remove this here. so that they can actually get to the other side, and then I'll fill it in after or something like that. But they're building this big old wall so that we can defend our capital in the event that I don't want to actually fight them on the world map. Most of the time I'll probably fight on the world map, but there is an occasional chance that I may fight them in this capital map here, if I can get the setup right and get everything equipped where I need it. I definitely need like some military garrisons or warehouses here, or a nice fortress. I think I'll probably put a fortress in here dedicated to training people and just sending them out into the world, and there'll be like 100 slots. Like what I'll do is I'll probably have like houses like, oops, I did not want to do that. No. He started sprinting. I'd have like big rows of 10. I think that should be good. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe even down here. And then the training grounds up here for about maybe 500, 600 total troops. So the idea is that all of the ones who are training will get what they need. There will be deliveries, transports delivering to a warehouse here for military gear. The guys will grab what they need, go to here, and leave. And there'll be export supply depots along this little route here. That's kind of how I'm envisioning it. And I do like going over it in these videos because it tells me what I gotta set up for next time. I think that if you, as the player, plan while you're playing and also kind of tell yourself a goal, be like, okay, so this is what's gonna be here. This looks good like this. I want to go for this theme. This is all about, you know, your personal play style. And I saw someone in the Discord, I'm not gonna say their name of course, but they and a lot of others are expressing frustration and the lack of what they consider fun. And there is a lot of fun to be had, but you can't really jump in and hope to have fun without knowing all of the specifics of these characters, because if I had tried what I'm doing right now in the past, I would definitely not be doing as well. Knowing what I know now and how to operate with these units or these species and to get them happy, and specifically how to deal with like things like this. So this is a big bottleneck here, right? And a way that I could alleviate that is maybe remove these fences or expand this out or cut this building a little bit, stuff like that. And these are things that you'll learn over time, because you just play the game so much, you're like, oh, okay, this just makes sense. This makes sense. You can see that, like, for example, a building has no supply. I don't have to go off of numbers like workforce or anything like that. So if this building here's supply is short and I really want it to be better, I'll go like, here, you have 3 more guys. And they'll get it done. And then once it's filled to the point I need, I'll drop it back down to however many guys I need. Stuff like that. And these are just things that I've been doing for so long. At almost 1,000 hours in Songs of 6, which is insane. I think Ocean Man's got me far beat by that though. He's got like probably 2,000 hours by now. That guy gets addicted to this game. He doesn't stop. He's an animal. Regardless, thank you all for watching. I look forward to the next one. Goodbye.